What's going on, everybody? Um, this is something I wanted to tackle for a minute now. It's something that happened a few months ago. So, if y'all remember, Dr. Umar was on I believe it's called the Wrap Up podcast. Um, Something to that effect. My apologies, I can't remember the exact name, but it was a really pretty popular interview. And of course, he went on there and he was talking about the state of, he's always talking about the state of the black community. And so, of course, they got on the subject of, women and the men who, all these quote unquote sorry men and men who ain't taking care of business and all that type of stuff. And so Dr. Umar, he said that basically he blamed it on black men. He said, the black men have been basically missing and not doing anything to help raise up better black men. And so, the hosts of the show, the two hosts, they were like, nah, hold on, we can't be responsible if we're not part of the equation. You know what I mean? These women, you know, sometimes and sometimes that is true. Sometimes the women don't even allow you to be part of the kids' lives because they're so salty about something that happened between the two adults. But basically, that's neither here or there. Dr. Umar was like, nah, it's the men, and they were like, well, okay, I'm raising my family. I got a kid now and I'm raising them. And so that's what I need to do to make a better community. And Dr. Umar was like, nah, no, you need to be mentoring and taking care of other black kids in the community. All these other little black boys are your responsibility too. You know what I mean? And so that sparked a lot of controversy. So, and basically, I was watching another podcast who was kind of reacting to that episode, and that podcast is called Pink Book Lessons. Shout out to the sister on Pink Book Lessons. Basically, she said the same thing. She was like, it's not the men's responsibility to raise the whole community. You got to take care of your own self and your own family. And Dr. Umar seemed to be pretty adamant, like, nah, you gotta also take care of the other boys in the community. It's your job. It's your job. And, I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? If you can raise up your own kids to be better, that is going to add to the community. It's not my job to go and raise the whole community and, try to make the community better by myself. It's not my job. You know what I mean? It's up to their parents. And if the mother's saying that the father was a deadbeat or, such a bad person and he did this and he did that, you picked him though. You know what I mean? You picked him. But the reason I did this video is because I just find it interesting. I think the most interesting part of any video is usually the comments. And so as I was watching this reaction on Pink Book Lessons, I'm looking in the comments and I think I found it. I found the perfect person who answered Dr. Umar's issue. He had the perfect scenario, and I'm going to read it to you. It'll be up on the screen, but I'm going to read it to you. He said, I love this conversation, and I had to send this to my dad. He's super triggered right now. And that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? He's letting you know, my dad had a situation exactly like this. So obviously bringing it back up was a little traumatic, so it triggered him. So he said, years ago, he tried to be the black man of the community and was picking up this lady's son on Saturday and Sunday. And he made sure to emphasize in parentheses that his father was not sleeping with this woman. So this wasn't a I'm motivated by sex, or I'm motivated because, me and this lady's dating. No, his father did it out of the goodness of his heart. Just saw some kids out in the community and was like, yeah, I want to be a mentor and, try to give them a good example of what a good black man is supposed to be, blah, blah, blah. And so he said, let me go back to where I was. So he said, well, one day he gets a support letter in the mail, child support. He gets a support letter in the mail from this chick's, for this chick's son. Pops ran over to this lady's house and said, what the is this? And she said, well, since you taking a father's place with my son, you are playing his daddy. So they went to court and she lost, of course, which she should. And he said even the judge asked him in a slick way, did y'all even sleep together? And here's where it gets interesting. She said, oh, God, no. I mean, you can tell in that type of response that this lady wouldn't give this man the time of day when it comes to sexual attraction. So she said, oh, God, no, he's not my type. So, of course, she lost. And my dad never played the positive black man of the community ever again. I mean, there you have it. Dr. Umar and anybody who thinks that his position is correct, there you have it. Because honestly, if you think about it, I'm sure that he's not the only one that's ever done it. I'm sure there's plenty of black men who've done that. But his is probably one of the more extreme cases where a woman had the gall and audacity to send this man a child support letter just because he was being nice, playing a mentor to her kid. I mean, to that woman, all I can say is, what is wrong with you? Who raised you that you think that that's okay? Who taught you that that was okay? Or what even, if nobody taught you that, what made you even fathom in your mind that that was okay? And I mean, this is the stuff we got to be careful about. It's kind of dangerous when you think about it, because what if she would have won? Sometimes the court system overlooks what's right and wrong and just gives the woman the benefit of the doubt. So what if she would have just won that case? Tons of women would have done the same thing just so they can get the bag. I mean, come on, man. We got to think about that. That, to me, that shows you the illogic nature of that whole statement that I should go out and just try to find random kids in the community and say, hey, come here, I'm going to take you under my wing and be a father figure to you. No, that's not my job. That's their father's job. And if you would try to hold these women accountable for what they do, there would be more fathers in the picture. And that's just being real. There would be more fathers in the picture if some of these women would just keep it real and just say, you know what? Me and him can never be in a relationship together. He did whatever he did or blah, blah, blah. But that has nothing to do with the kid. That has nothing to do with these kids. That's what most women just don't understand. It's not about you and the father. If he did you wrong, then sure, get away from him. Don't ever try to be in a relationship with him again. But what does that have to do with the kids? Why are you fighting him so much just so he can see his kids? I don't understand. So, I can't really, co-sign the Dr. Umar theory. I have a lot of respect for him, but that's a theory that I cannot co-sign. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know what you think in the comments. But if you're somebody who's been through this and has had this same experience as a man, please comment. Let us know what's going on in your life and how you handled it. And did it get to that level where they try to take advantage of you? You know what I mean? Take you to court, try to get money out of you just because you were trying to do the right thing. I mean, I'm so glad that they came across the right judge, because some judges would have just sided with the woman and say, yeah, well, you're playing a father figure, so you owe this woman some money when he don't owe her a damn thing. So let's hear it. Let's have a conversation. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, man. I just think it's crazy that even happened, and I'm so glad that, you know, that lady didn't get over on the court system that day. So y'all let me know what y'all think. All right, till next time, peace.